Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me on another episode of the Fast Lane Podcast for Success. I am your host, Derek Lane. Hey, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. As always, another interesting episode, another interesting subject, and we'll be talking about challenging ourselves today, challenging ourselves to achieve the things that we want out of life. So, without further ado, let's get going, shall we? Okay, as again, I've talked about challenges. Think about in your own life some of the challenges that you've had to meet and overcome. I would take careful study of some of the challenges that you've met, whether it's if you're an athletic type person and it's in some sports, something that you've really done good at. Maybe you're a mathlete and you're really good in the classroom or what have you, or you were at one time. And, straight A's. Those were challenges. These are all challenges. We meet challenges every day in life. Challenges to get to and from work. People that want to, drive like fools, they challenge our abilities to be safe. Our relationships create challenges every day. I've been very fortunate in my life that I've had the same spouse for years now, and I'm so blessed and so lucky. But from time to time, do we always see in the same direction? No, and those create challenges. Fortunately, our relationship is strong enough we get through those hurdles. I'm just making the point that there's challenges every day to your life, and you have to be ready for these challenges. You have to be ready to succeed with the challenges. Your expectations play a big part in winning these challenges. Are your expectations high or are they low? In other words, if you have high expectations in life, you're going to be disappointed a lot, right? I mean, you would think, right? Because you don't always meet those expectations, those high challenges. If your challenges or expectations are low, it's kind of a safety zone. If I set my sights kind of low, I won't be disappointed. No pressure. Having a higher expectation, creating higher challenges, they do create more pressure and stress to achieve. And the more success that we have, sometimes it can create that stress to maintain that success. And we feel like others are watching and listening to what we do, and that creates stress and pressure on you. But that's okay. When you rise to the challenge, it's something you can do because you've obviously developed confidence. Confidence is a big hurdle in achieving success. Making sure that your belief system is surrounded with confidence, surrounded with that I can do it. If I can believe it, I can achieve it. And so that's where we need to be. The challenge to consciously guide your thoughts. The challenge to consciously guide your thoughts and lead your life, lead your thought stream in the direction that you want to go. I cannot emphasize enough. I know that I always go back to talking about setting goals. It is paramount with your success. Set the goals. Do it systematically, measurably, and it's somewhat magic. But set the goals. Now here's the kick in this. If you weigh 100 pounds and you set a goal in 6 months, to be a world-class bodybuilder, an Arnold Schwarzenegger. No. So you have to set realistic goals. Achieve one thing at a time. If you're 100 pounds and you want to be like Arnold, can you do it? Yes. It's going to take more than 6 months, though. It's going to take a lot of training. It's going to take tons and tons of research, practice, and just die-hard commitment. So when you really expect things this is not a wish list. When you challenge yourself for things, that makes the difference. When you say, I wish I was an entrepreneur and I had my own business. Wouldn't that be great? Well, yeah, I guess it would be great if that's what you want. But what are you doing to do that? What is your game plan? What business? What would it look like? You have to sit down and think about these things. Number one, what am I good at? What is my forte? And how can I use that forte to benefit others? To have others pay me for my talents and abilities. Those are the things that you need to figure out. And then you set out to develop that plan, put that plan into action. You've got your talents and abilities. Now you've got to market it. You got to get it out there. You got to keep an eye on it. Make sure financially it's successful and rewarding. So there's a lot that goes into it. So don't ever give up on your dream and your goal. It can happen. Just make sure that it's systematic. Just make sure there is a game plan in place. Because it's not always point A to point B. It's point A to point B to point C to point C to D and E and F that gets you there. And then when you finally achieve success, look around you. There's more to do. Your journey will not be complete. I think the only time that you feel like your journey is somewhat complete is when you feel whole inside. When you look back at the goals you set and they're check marked off. And now it's time for a whole new set of goals. Maybe you're the world's greatest entrepreneur and you have wealth, you have great relationships, great family. All of the things that you want are right there in front of you. Now maybe it's time to set goals to assist others, give back, whether it's philanthropy or just doing small deeds in your community, whatever it is. But I'm getting a little off track. We're going to talk about challenges and challenging yourself to be the best that you can. One way to make sure that you're reaching your challenges, you're meeting expectations, is to recognize negative energy cycles. Stay away from the negative energy cycle. Know that I encourage everyone to listen to the podcast energy cycles, and I explain high and low energy cycles and how to make sure that we ride high on the high ones and we limit the low ones. And there is a reason that we have both. Okay, so make sure that you limit the low negative energy cycle. Do the things that you can to ride high. Be the high energy cycle. Picture yourself as a surfer riding that high wave, and you're the greatest surfer out there. And ride that high wave. When people around you are crashing and going under, you're still riding the wave. Okay? Have mental images in your head every day of what success looks like, and put yourself in that position of that success. Avoid negative people. Avoid the negative speak. And by all means, avoid negative self-talk. When your brain is talking to you, when you're talking to yourself internally, and you're saying, that was stupid, man. I gotta be so dumb. Avoid that. We can always be better and just say, I can do better than that. Yeah, every once in a while I'm going to have a little setback, a little hiccup, as it will. But I know that I'm better than that, and let's forge forward. There's a great book. It's an old book by James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. And if any of you have ever heard, listened to Earl Nightingale, he explains this. But the book itself of James Allen is really centered around a man becomes what he thinks about all day long. Your thoughts and your energy that you put out attract similar thoughts and energy. So if you're always thinking about being broke or trying to make that next payment and struggling to get ahead, guess what? That's where you're going to be. Because you're sending that signal out there. You're sending the signal out there that my thoughts and energy are one of just getting by, scraping by, not a success and abundance. Because first off, if you haven't figured it out, marketplace value, your job is based on a marketplace value. The average medium income is, let's just say for the sake of argument, is $50,000 a year. And so the price of gas, the price of eggs, utility bills, all of these things are basically set up to say, okay, people that make the average, this is what they can afford, right? The marketplace dictates. Your job is to make sure that you figure out how to make more than the average medium income. You can then rise above that feeling of just getting by each week, of just making it happen, and oh, praise be, I get to take a vacation, and I've saved enough in my piggy bank, and my wife and I are going to take a vacation, well deserved. And then you're going to get back to work right after that vacation is over. And I don't know about you, when I was doing that, I hated it. It felt like crap. Those last couple of days of vacation, I was depressed. I was euphoric the last couple of days of work before vacation, because, man, I get to take my vacation. I'm going to be off. I'm going to be off a week. I'm going to be at the beach. I was euphoric. Those last couple of days at the beach, I was depressed. Jesus, I got to go back to work. I may have to wait another year before I can do this. Okay, if you love what you do, and I hope you do, then you won't feel that. You'll be okay. You might even say, okay, I've had enough fun on the beach. It's time for me to go back to work and help people and do what I do and enjoy myself. Hopefully that's the case. I have a feeling that for most of us, it's not. So we need to challenge ourselves to get over market value. Challenge ourselves with ideas and dreams to come true, to get past market value. You're being paid market value. Make yourself worth more than market value. Do something to, increase your market value to over the average medium income. CEOs certainly work for a company. They're not entrepreneurs. They're entrepreneurs, but they've created well above average medium income, for their household. So you can do that. You can do it. If anybody else has done it, you can do it. Just remember that. When you set your goals and your expectations, when you challenge yourself to do something that you know that you can do. Again, learn where your strengths and your capabilities are. They will definitely allow you to enhance your journey. Again, I talked about guiding your own thoughts. You be the captain of your ship, and you steer that rudder in the direction that suits you best. And make sure that all the while you're taking stock of everything around you, everything that's happening, small setbacks. You can always time out, reevaluate, reestablish your goals. What worked, what didn't work. I encourage you to do it daily. Honestly, I would say you need to sit down daily and say, hey, what did I do today? What did I do today to make a difference in my journey, where I want to go, the expectations that I believe that I should have in this life? We only have one life on this planet. You can wait and wait and wait and wait, or you can start acting